Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. It's Deacon Blues, and we are back with another episode of the MiniAdventures from Deacon's Table. Uh, MiniAdventures, it is set in the mystical and diverse world of Foreverland, otherwise known as Oyala Endor, specifically in the enchanting Middle Lands and the mysterious Mistwood Forest region. These one-shot adventures are designed for both seasoned adventurers and newcomers alike. Each session is a self-contained story packed with exploration, creative problem solving, and thrilling challenges, allowing players to dive in without long-term commitments. With a revolving cast of players from the Deacons Table Discord community, every adventure brings fresh faces, unique characters, and unexpected twists. Tailored for 2-hour sessions and adaptable for 4 players by default, the MiniAdventures scale dynamically to match group size and character levels, whether you're navigating arcane ruins, braving treacherous groves, or confronting ancient foes. Every session weaves a new tale in the ever-growing tapestry of Foreverland. So again, welcome. Now I'm going to bring on here the cast of characters for this evening, and I will let them introduce who their character is and who they are if they choose to do so. Let's start off with Kale.
Hello, how are you doing? I am Black Lantern Ace. I am playing Kale Thunderstride, the fell-handed giant sorcerer of our campaign, who has gotten very well good at whack-a-mole apparently, and comes from Usafia, but has now made residence in Mistwood.
Excellent. And let's bring about our resident goblin, Gaba. I take you're muted again there, Mr. Gaba.
Bad habit. Gaba. I'm Ken the Friend here. But I play Gaba a little, and I'm a little sick. But a little local goblin who helps serve drinks in the tavern and helps to keep watch of the woods with everyone else here.
And takes her 15-minute breaks to run MiniAdventures.
15.
Stay 15. Let's bring on Elira. Hi, Elira.
Hi, I'm Lorelei Redfern, and I am going to be playing the lovely Elira Tidewalker, our coastal-born human ranger today. She is a long way from home, but now resides in Mistwood and helps people around there.
Excellent. And last but surely not least, Luca.
Yes, hello, I am Jenny, on Discord as Mama Cat. I am playing Luca Greycliff, a female warlock, variant human. She's been raised in the Ether Bloom, which is the equivalent to Feywild in the Endor, and she is recently come to Mistwood, the town, and the forest, to investigate some of these unusual happenings and find and correct what is wrong with the balance of things in the woods and back in her home.
Excellent. Well, let's see what we have this evening. The group of you have all heard news. Some of you heard directly last evening at the tavern as Father Alden and Priestess Elizabeth were at the tavern discussing the situation revolving the wolf pup that was rescued and brought into town after the band of hunters went out to dismantle the pack that had been terrorizing the trade road. This pup has been acting strangely since it was first brought into town, and it's really had the townsfolk talking. A lot of it is rumors and whatnot, and fear, a lot of it going around, because there's been, again, Mistwood is a town of relative peace, but because of its close proximity to the Mistwood Forest, things are seldom what they seem. So with that in mind, the priest and the priestess have basically gathered up the pup and Asandro, who is the caretaker of the pup at the moment, and have ushered them basically to the halls of wisdom, and have asked for those interested in taking on this challenge of finding out a little bit more about where this pup belongs and what's going on. They've asked you all to meet at the halls of wisdom.
So Kale is basically going to talk to his bosses and go, I'm going to be, I've been tasked with going to the halls of wisdom. Do you mind if I take a little bit of a hiatus from working for a bit to attend to that issue?
He picks up his ledger book and looks at it, and then he looks out in the yard and sees other people working, and kind of go, well, you've really been good helping out the town, as of late. So yeah, you know what? You're free for the time being. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Thank you. Kale just heads off to the halls of wisdom.
Okay.
Alira will finish what she was doing in the Fox and head herself over to the Halls of Wisdom as well. Probably either arriving right before Kale does, or seeing Kale enters right behind Kale.
Yeah, you might pass. Wow, words are difficult already. Cross paths. So you were basically finishing your tea that I believe Gaba had brought out for you, and you are excusing yourself from the inn.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Gaba, you see Alira excusing herself?
Yeah, Gaba and Luca she'll wait for Luca to head out together while finishing up in the tavern.
Okay, so you're waiting up for Luca. Luca?
Oh dear! Oh dear!
You are muted, in case you're wondering.
Thank you. Luca was there in the tavern, knowing that they had asked for the help, and had had her dinner and was waiting for them to arrive and say it was time. So when she gets the word from them, then she would head out with Gaba to the temple.
Excellent. Everything all right there, Lorelai?
Lorelai, what are you doing?
Sorry. Context. I have a dog. I have a green circus.
Attack of the pup. There we go.
Yes. Sorry. I have a very needy dog, and the other one also wanted up here as well. So what you just saw was me, trying to pull the one dog up while the other dog was trying to get in my lap. I was trying to do it nonchalantly to where it wasn't interrupting, so I apologize.
So you guys, you all do make your way to the Halls of Wisdom, which, for those of you watching, is the temple to Broline, the goddess of wisdom. It is the main temple in the town of Mistwood, and it is Priestess Elizabeth Woodhouse, who is the high priest of Broline here, and Father Alden is her one of her lesser clerics under her. There are a few acolytes that also work the temple as well. It is kind of a cross between a temple and a library. For this region, especially for a small town, this is probably more a bigger library than you've ever seen. And that's something that you'd take note of. But as you walk in, the soft howling of a wolf pup, it echoes faintly in the sacred halls of the Halls of Wisdom. Father Alden stands beside Priestess Elizabeth, their faces etched with concern. You hear him speak. This pup is no ordinary beast. Its amber eyes glow faintly in the moonlight, and it seems aware of something we can't see. It growls at shadows, stares at empty quarters, and whines when approached by certain townsfolk. Elizabeth steps forward, and she looks at you guys as you enter in and walk towards them. We believe its fate lies in the sacred druidic grove, deep in the Hunter's Trail. The guardian spirit there may hold the answers we seek, but the trail is dangerous, and the shadows seem to stir in the woods these days. Will you escort the pup and uncover the truth of this growing shadow.
Well, that's why we came, to help Pup.
Yes, it is our honor, and it's our duty to help save Mistwood.
I have been interested in going back into the forest anyways.
Okay.
Yes.
Luca, anything to add?
No, that's why I came to help too, to escort the pup and find out
Okay.
what we find out.
You do see Sandro off to the side. He's kind of let the wolf pup is in the basket there on a table between Father and of course the priestess as they have this conversation with you. Father Alden picks the wolf pup up wrapped in its blanket and walks towards the four of you. Who is going to take the pup?
Alera will do it if no one else volunteers.
Okay.
I was about to say Kale was going to do it because he's the biggest, and he would probably be able to, pick it up.
Keep in mind, this is a wolf pup. Sandro, at this point, as they're asking this, Sandro speaks up and says, "It will follow you. It does walk on its own if necessary, but keep in mind it's still very small."
I can handle it. And she holds out her hands. Come here, little one.
It gladly goes in, and as it does so, it looks back to Sandro and Father Aldrich and Priestess Elizabeth, and it whimpers. As you're looking at it, its eyes just seem to kind of gleam with an amber light.
Mm-hmm.
It does so, and then it just kind of curls into the blanket that you take with it, and basically coddle it next to yourself as you hold it. So doing so, you've gathered the pup up and you head out of the temple, and you now basically stand at the entrance to the Hunter's Trail. As you know, it's kind of at the northeastern edge of town with the Mistwood Forest looming ahead of you. These massive spruce trees and massive pine trees rising up in front of you. However, only the bottom 3 feet of the forest is even visible. The rest is covered in a thick, mysterious fog that just never seems to go away or fade, at least to your knowledge anyway. And you start down the trail. Who's taking the lead?
Might I suggest a person that's under 3 feet tall?
Gabba, hold up the parchment. Map! Map? Oh.
You do hold a map, and you have a map.
If we
All
have
right,
a
well,
map,
she'll
let's
try to
follow.
lead from her position.
Kale will probably fall behind Gabba.
Alera will be third, unless Luca wants to.
Luca would probably be beside Gabba.
I'll bring up the rear.
Okay. All right, so you're walking up the rear with your cradle in your arms. The way I do these, and just so people watching as well understand that, when I do the narrative, which is painting the scene for you guys, I will paint the scene, and when I stop or pause, it's at that point you guys can take over and role play and do what you feel you have to do. I will let you know that anything that, if there's something to be done in the scene, it is mentioned in my narrative when I tell you. So if you decide to look for something, I've probably already mentioned it in there or whatever. There's generally hints throughout to do so, and that's generally how we do it. If it looks like the pause that I leave might be a little questionable, I will basically at that point just give you guys a sign. In our regular other game we talked about it, we're going to be using green go cards basically to symbolize we're done and the next person can take their turn, so we're not overlapping everybody. So again, that's something for you guys to take note of, as well as for our audience, anybody that tunes in as well, to understand what we're doing and why we do it that way. So anyway, so you guys are headed down the trail, and the trail winds deeper into the heart of Mistwood Forest. where ancient trees stretch their gnarled limbs towards the sky, which is obscured by this dense, silvery fog. The air is thick with the scent of moss and damp earth. The faint glow of bioluminescent fungi cling to fallen logs and twisted roots as you go. Definitely an ether bloom touch to the area. Overhead, distant hoots of nocturnal birds echo faintly, mingling with the soft rustle of unseen creatures moving in the underbrush. The wolf pup kind of curls in quietly, and then all of a sudden starts to wiggle a little bit, like it wants to go down.
Just a look at it. Oh, you want to go down? So she'll just kind of very gently put it on the ground. I'm letting it down. Everybody keep an eye.
Okay, so you let it down. It looks back up at you as you do so, and its amber eyes are aglow, and then turn to scanning and shifting the shadows around it as it pads cautiously ahead. It stops suddenly.
Go ahead.
Okay. It stops suddenly, its ears pricked and body tense. A low growl rumbles from its throat, and its head swivels to an unnatural thicket of bramble and black vines that seem to pulse faintly with a dim, greenish light. Behind you, the path seems to twist and shift unnaturally, like the forest itself is alive, closing off any retreat. The silence stretches heavy and unexpected, as if the trees themselves are holding their breath somewhere ahead. The faint glimmer of moonlight filters through the leaves, casting strange patterns across the path, but something feels wrong. The air feels charged, and every sound carries an edge of warning. Stay close. The pup turns and growls as you actually hear that voice come from its throat. This human-like tone. Glowing eyes locked with yours, the path forward seems clear, but the oppressive silence and the unnatural shapes in the mist tell you that danger is near.
Well, I think we should probably stay close to the pup. Does anybody else feel this is not right?
The foliage seems to be magically attuned to something.
Can I cast Arcana to see if I know what the glow is, or have I seen it before?
You're gonna use your Arcana skill? Yeah, you can use an Arcana skill if you like.
Do we know exactly where we're going, or is it just in this general area?
The path, your map kind of shows the path going forward. Something just seems off about where this segment of where you're at. Like, it seems to line up with the map. Okay, doesn't seem like you veered off anywhere.
22.
With a 22, your Arcana roll, it's quite extravagant. You do realize there is magic in the air, for sure. It's all around you. It's almost in every mushroom, every leaf, the fog above you has kind of got this magical essence to it. But that glow that's coming from the underbrush, you're not sure exactly what's triggering that. But there's something more than just a bush there. Some kind of maybe alteration magic. Not 100% positive, but
all right. KO is actually going to approach it and try to use Knowledge Arcana to try to identify what kind of magic is on the bush.
actually, you're going to need, because she's already done an Arcana check on it.
Oh.
That's what I was trying.
Yeah, it is some form of alteration magic is what it seems like. Roll me a nature check, Kale.
Fair enough. Okay, that's 18 plus my modifier, which is 18.
Okay. You do sense that it's just some form of alteration on the vines. It's almost like they're a living vine that are magically with magical essence in them. Is that you detect through quick thinking and sharp observance? Though you manage to kind of avoid the brush as you see these vines that are around it as well, twisting and snaking about. Um, the wolf pup watches you very closely and growls that fade into a low whimper, uh, kind of leading off in a certain direction now that you've kind of followed with the path and looked at what's going on and the underbrush, and you kind of see that it's obstructing a path forward. And now that you're looking at it, Gaba, as well, the map seems to take this slight offshoot in the path. It's not even really noticeable. If this bush was just if the bush had just been stayed here and not messed with, you wouldn't be able to see it.
Oh, this way. And since she's kind of below the fog, she kind of makes a little bit of noise so people know where she is and where she's going. So she's going for the offshoot, just quietly going, baby bug, do 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 do, baby bug, do do do.
So you continue forward, and the rest of you are following along behind Gaba. The wolf pup just kind of slowly follows Gaba as she goes further down the path and through the fog. As you guys break free of the denser fog, another faint path emerges ahead, illuminated by scattered patches of moonlight, filtered through the thick canopy that seem to be coming through. You see, like again, the fog above and the canopy, the trees are up there, but there's like patches, just moments of moonlight that are coming through in this thick canopy area. It's an oppressive weight of the forest seems to lessen just for a moment, and the pup seems wary. Its glowing eyes again scanning the path ahead with an unsettled intensity. Whatever danger lies deeper in these woods, it hasn't given up its pursuit just yet. I'm going to bring up on the screen at this moment. Where did it go? There it is.
With the pup talking to us and having all the glowing eyes, would Luca have recognized that that it's maybe something from the ether bloom more, or not?
It very well could be, but not necessarily. You've seen things like that in the ether bloom, but then again, you've heard about things like that here as well.
Okay.
So it's not something that would be necessarily ether bloom-ish.
Okay.
So you basically see this path forward. What's everybody doing? How's everybody proceeding? Gabby, you're in the front, you said, right off the bat.
Yep. She's proceeding cautiously.
Should probably I'm going to put the pup as this thing behind you.
There you go. Yep.
Okay. Who's behind the pup?
Luca would stay right close to the pup.
I'm trying to be as well, trying to keep my eyes on the pup, and also trying to kind of scan around for danger and see where the pup goes.
Okay, so Kale, you're taking up the rear. At this point, I need everybody to make me survival checks as you're kind of going through this moonlit. I would say it's a glade, but it's not. It just seems really surreal. This path is twisting and winding through these moonlit streams of light coming through, and the trees and the fog just seems to shift and move as you go, and it's almost disorientating as you move forward. So everybody make me a wisdom survival roll, please.
That's a 9 for Gaba.
19 for me.
11 for Kale.
Kale.
12 for Luca.
Luca. So, looks like Alira, you are the only one that has succeeded. So the group has essentially failed at this point.
Oh, no.
As you're moving forward, with a sudden snap, thick vines erupt from the underbrush, wrapping around each of you with alarming speed. Sharp thorns bite into any exposed skin, drawing blood as the forest itself wants to pull you towards the bramble edges on the outlying parts of this glade. The wolf pup snarls, its amber eyes flaring with light as shapes begin to emerge from the fog. Dark, feline figures with glowing red eyes step into the faint light. Shadow lynxes, their fur shifting like smoke, claws glinting in the moonlight. Their silence shatters as they let out a low, predatory growl and begin to circle the party. The forest, it seems, does not intend to let you pass unchallenged. With that, Luca, I will tell you right off the bat, you have seen these things before. And they are, yes, they are very predatory and not generally friendly in the least to anybody. So I will have everybody roll me some initiatives.
Got it. Let's see.
$16 for Gabba.
Okay, so we got Gabba at 16. Luca?
12.
12. Elira?
My good luck from Serena does not pass over to Alira.
So what'd you get?
Look
What was your
Alira got
initiative?
Alira said she got a 12.
12, sorry, I missed it.
Oh,
And
sorry,
Luca?
I thought you heard.
Luca, you were at
No.
12 too, were you? No?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. So who's got the higher dex?
Wait, look.
I'm a +3 on my modifier for Dex.
Okay, so Luca, you go first. And Kale?
I got a nat 21.
Nice.
And that 20 plus 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so top of the round. Kale, that's you. This is the scene you see before you. These shadowy lynx come out of the underbrush, and they're kind of circling and moving around you. What do you do?
I'm half tempted to just go firebolt, but what I might end up doing actually to try to disorient the creatures first is I'll cast mirror image and make a mirror image of myself right nearby the group to the right.
Okay. Let me move this out of the way. You got another image of your. Oops. Okay, so where'd you put your mirror image?
Right in between the three to the right.
So right there.
Yep.
Okay, so you got a mirror image has appeared there. Okay, so that's your round, your action.
Yep.
Bonus actions.
The only bonus action I have is concentrating on the spell.
Okay. Gabba, you're up. And Luca, you're on deck.
Gabba's getting frustrated. It's like, we're here on official business. And she'll rage because she doesn't like being restrained. And as she's raging, you'll notice that her face becomes a little more feline and she sprouts some whiskers. And her two hands, she'll get like some claws coming out of there. And in the rage state, she will make an effort to break from her vines.
Yep, no problem. The vines give way as you do so. They were just kind of tugging at you. It did draw blood, and these things seem hungry. So you didn't even need to take an action to break free. You are free. You can take a movement. You can take a movement and an action.
She'll actually stay where she's at and be kind of like she'll release like a low predatory growl back, trying to like ward them off.
All right. So you're
And
basically
that's her
staying back
turn.
protective of the pup.
Yep.
All right, Luca, you're up. And Lyra, you're on deck.
Okay. Well, Luca knows that these are very agile, fast creatures. She's gonna try and see if she can hit one with an Eldritch Blast. She'll aim at the one directly in front of her to the left to help protect the wolf. And I rolled a 15 plus 6. That's a 21.
This one right here?
No, the one below it.
That one?
That one.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, so what was the roll to hit?
21.
That hits.
So that is a 7 points. 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Force damage.
Force damage? Okay. Okay. Oops. All right. And is that any more actions? Are you done?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is my turn.
Okay. Excellent. Alira, you're up.
I am standing in front of the pup, right? I'm trying to see the map.
You're right behind the pup.
I am going to attempt to pull my bow out and shoot one of the creatures.
Yep. Bows out. And which one are you targeting?
The one right in front of me.
So this one?
Yeah, that one.
That one? Okay.
Sorry. Oh, it's tiny, and I have bad vision. So let me roll.
Let me see if I can see if that makes it a little bit better.
27 to hit.
That hits.
Plus 9 damage, and one of it's necrotic, because the bow does +1 necrotic.
Okay, so 8 plus 1 necrotic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it takes 8 damage. Okay, and that brings it to their turn. Let's see, that one. No, I think they're still good. It is. We've got this one here. Is being as you hit it, it's going to 5, 10, 15. It's going to pounce on you.
Mm-hmm.
Luca, you hit this one. It's going to attempt to pounce on you. Gaba, this one's in the front. It's going to do the same. There, and there. Okay, so what you guys see is these things, these shadow lynxes kind of get low to the ground, and then all of a sudden they leap, flying, between 10, 15 feet to basically pounce on you as they are attempting to hit. The one on Alira will go for you first. That is 22 to hit.
Oh, Lordy. It does hit.
Okay. That is 5. 5 points of piercing damage.
Hang on. Okay.
And I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please. As it's basically trying to grapple you.
Strength. All right. Let me. Oh, that's nice. Okay. 18.
Okay, you are not restrained. Moving on to Luca. That's a 4. The 9 misses you, I'm assuming.
Yes, 9 misses.
And for Gaba, that's a miss. This is a roll of a 2, which is a 2 plus 5 is 7. The one on the mirror image, the first one, that is an 8. And number 2 is a 21 to hit this on the mirror image of the second one. Is that mirror image now hit and gone?
I'm trying to remember how mirror image works.
Usually you roll a dice, and if it's like certain numbers on a D6, it hits the mirror image. Otherwise, it hits you.
Yeah, these guys went because he had the mirror image so far away from him. They just went for the mirror image, so he hits it for sure, and I think just one hit takes it out if I remember correctly.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. A creature. If an attack hits the duplicate is destroyed. Yeah.
Okay, so duplicate is gone. Okay,
It's
and
been
then the last one is actually on Kale directly, and that is a 24 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And that's 3 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw.
That is a 13.
Okay, it has you grappled, and you take an additional 2 points of necrotic damage as its claws kind of sink in, as it's kind of wrapped around you slightly, and you feel this darkness, this cold darkness entering into your body. Top of the round.
Kale just looks at the thing, just confused, like,
Top of the round, yeah, that's you.
Yeah, that is me. Guess what time it is? Bopping time. I'm going to use my arcane. I think it's called Arcane Strike. Double check. Yeah, Arcane Strike. And with my stick, I'm just going to do 1d6 force damage to the top of this getting head.
Okay.
First, I got to hit, obviously. Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
1d6 bopping on top of my 1d4 for the staff. That would be a 9 to hit. 9 damage, I should say.
9 damage. Okay.
9 to hit.
Oh Lord.
All right. Any more actions, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay, we are on to Gaba, and Luca, you're on deck.
We've lost the Luca.
We lost Luca. Wait, she might be in the waiting room, and I don't see her. Hang on 1 second. I'm coming, Luca. I'm coming. I haven't.
Yay! Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, I came right back when it kicked me out, but I guess I was in the waiting room, like you said.
I apologize.
I didn't want to interrupt.
I was hoping that you had heard right before it kicked me out that, yes, that was missing me, that creature that attacked.
Yeah, it missed you. All right, so it is your turn at this point.
All right. I will put the sacred flame down on that one that I attacked and attacked me back and missed. Okay. Right on top of its head. Make me a dex save.
Dex Dexterity saving throw. And okay. That's not good. It fails. Clearly.
Okay.
7.
So they're going to take full charge. No benefit. Cover. Okay. So that's looks like right now it's still 1d8.
Alrighty.
Looks like they're going to take 3 points of damage.
Okay, 3 points. And okay, not quite there yet. All right, and then we are on to. Is that? Do you have any bonus actions?
That's what I was checking. Nope. Nope, that'll do it for now.
Okay, you're all good. All right, Alira, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna switch over to my sword because it's right in front of me.
Yep.
What is a 25 hit?
Oh hell yeah.
Nine damage.
9 damage on yours, which is this one here. Okay.
And
9
that's
damage.
That's all I can do.
All right, you're done, and that takes us to the bottom of the round, which is me.
Oh wait, you missed Gabba.
Did I miss Gabba?
Yeah.
Where'd Gabba go? Oh, Gabba, I did miss you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's
She's
the
holding
high
her
time.
own. All she's doing, she's kind of holding her ground, hissing like, and then swipe. So she'll do like attack, bonus attack.
Okay.
So first swipe is a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Which is going to be 7 slashing.
Okay.
And the return bonus swipe is a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Ding, ding, ding.
Nothing even worse. 7 slashing.
Another 7. Okay.
I rolled a 2, and double is 4, and then
yeah, that's the way it is sometimes. All right, so you get 2 there injured. And, okay, so now that takes it to me, unless you have another action.
Nope, that was it.
Okay. All right, let's see what we can do here. We got we'll do the one on Kale, and that is a 13.
This is not enough to hit.
Okay. And Elira, an 11. Don't think hits you.
That's not hit.
Luca, oh dear, a 14.
No, that's not hit.
That does not hit. Okay. Oops, that one might hit. 19 on Gabba.
You're muted, Gabba.
Reaction. Ow! Because yes, that hits.
Yeah. For 3 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a saving throw.
What's saving throw? Strength?
Yep.
Okay, that's gonna be because I'm raging. 13, which is better than the nat 1.
It's still a failure, unfortunately. Yep. You are technically restrained at this point by its claws, and as it only 1 additional point of necrotic damage.
Halved to 1. Got it. No, actually, that doesn't get halved anyway.
Yeah, that's necrotic damage. It's full.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. And I will make note. I'm trying to find where it is. It is Shit. I'm trying to find it. It's not turning up here for me.
It's okay. We'll know she's grappled for now. There it is.
There it goes. I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. It's just small on the screen, and my eyesight's terrible.
I think Kale's
I know
grappled
him.
too.
Who is?
Oh, is Kale? Oh, yeah, Kale was grappled too.
Yes.
My apologies.
This is what I should remind you.
I understand the bad eyesight.
It's dangling off my arm.
Okay. Well, I will at this point roll, and then for you, you will take 3 more points of necrotic damage because I had forgotten that. So thanks for reminding me. So again, we missed you. You got hit and restrained. You're fine. This guy now will move into here, and this guy now moves into here. Yes, they do. Yep. Okay. So this dude has the pup in its mouth.
Oh dear.
No.
All right. So top of the round, Kale, you're up.
Okay.
Now that I remember you are restrained, do not forget that your attack is at disadvantage, please.
Yes. I'm actually going to ignore the one on my arm. He's going to actually use Firebolt on the one that just grabbed the pup. If he can get it.
You can see it. I'm gonna have you go make me a. Actually, no, you're good. You're good for right now.
19. What's it? It's at disadvantage, right?
What's that?
The attack is at disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a
right?
disadvantage.
Okay, so now I need to double check my thing.
Why is it at disadvantage?
Because he is restrained.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He is going to cast Firebolt at a dirty 20 at the guy.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah, 55. Yep, 1d6. And that's a 6 again.
Okay, so 6 points on him. Okay. Is that your turn?
It's unfortunately my turn. Yeah.
Okay. Gabba, you're up. I'm not going to miss you this time. And you are restrained. So being restrained, by the way, you can use your action to break free, or attempt to break free, or you can make an attack at disadvantage.
Right. So she's going to see the pup getting grabbed, and she's going to really get angry, and she's going to turn and make 2 swipes at the one that's got the pup.
Okay.
She's going to do it at a what was it? A frenzied attack, which means I roll
Reckless,
normally. Right? Yep.
You roll normally, gets rid of your disadvantage. Yep.
Yep. So the first swipe is going to be a nat 1.
Oh no.
Okay.
And the second swipe is going to be a 19.
19. The 19 hits it, but I still need you to roll me a damage for the nat 1, please.
The one that hits 5 slashing. When you say roll damage.
Yep. Roll damage.
Oh, for the nat 1?
Yep.
Oh, well, glad I got 1 on that because that's a 4 slashing on the nat 1.
Okay, so you do 4 points of damage to the pup.
I thought so. That's it. She's like,
it's not dead though, but it does look hurt and it whimpers.
Yeah.
And cries.
No.
Okay, is that your action?
Action and bonus action. So that's it.
Bonus action. Okay, Luca, you're up, and Alira, you're on deck.
Okay. Let's see. Can I hit that one that's grabbed the pup?
Yeah,
with
it's there.
a
Well, you'd step away. You'd have to do one of these and take
no.
it
I
off
don't
more.
need to step. I don't need to
Oh,
step away
unless
because
you're
I'm
doing
doing a
ranged attack.
range.
Yeah, if you're doing ranged,
A
you're fine.
ranged spell attack
Yep.
of a witch bolt. Can I do
Yep.
that and not hit the pup?
If you roll in that one, there's a good chance you will hit the pup.
I did not roll on that run. I rolled a 10, which is adding my witch bolt adds +6, so it's 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. So a beam of crackling blue energy lances out from her and stays, forming a sustained arc. And he's gonna take 11 points of damage.
Okay. All right, you definitely did a good swipe on it there. That's for sure. Okay, is that it for your action?
Yes.
Okay, Alira, you're up.
Okay, looking at this thing, I can't hit it with my sword where I'm currently at, the one that has the pup, right?
No, you can't.
And but if I switch to my bow, I could hit it, right?
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna ignore the one that's currently attacking me, and I'm gonna go for the one that has the pup. I'm gonna use my bow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hope. Sweet. I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. So, let me roll. And so it's double the damage that I roll, right? Or is it the dice? I can never
Roll the
remember.
dice. Just roll the dice and double it, and then add all your bonuses.
Okay. I can never remember.
Yeah. Everybody does it differently in every campaign
Mhm.
setting, but I prefer to just do. I will be implementing the double nat 20 roll, but we'll work on that another time. I'm not introducing that yet in a one shot.
Okay, so 16, 17 plus 6. Okay, so 23 damage plus, since it's already been hit, it's below its hit point maximum, right? It's already been hit once.
It's actually dead.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I was gonna add something onto it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that it for your action? Your turn.
Yes.
Okay. So on to the end of the round. That's them. We have this individual right here who is going to do. I'm trying to figure out how I do this here. If I can do that. No, can't do that. Used to be able to put colors on these things, but you can't now. I'm just going to put this on it. It shows you actually can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That one, no, that one stays. So this one here will attack Luca. And that is a 12 to hit, or 13. I believe that's still.
Misses,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. This one up here on Gava.
With advantage.
Yeah, but it does the same thing. It disappears. Okay. The one down here on Kale does the exact same thing. Okay. The one, this one here makes an attack roll. Grabs the pup.
No.
5 and 15, 20.
No.
And drags the pup away. And now that is their actions, and we'll go to the top of the round. Kale.
Okay, time to block his escape. Kale's doing Misty Step in front of the lynx.
Okay. So you're no longer.
That means I'm no longer restrained.
So you've now basically, it's heading in this direction. So you stop. You basically Misty Step. It's about 30 feet to Misty Step in front of it. That is a bonus action. So what are you doing now?
Bop.
Okay.
I'm bopping it, so let's go to the pup. Nat 20.
Later.
Sweet.
Okay, yeah, so I rolled again a 6 on my 6. And on my other one, I rolled a 3. So now again, I don't know exactly how you're doing crits.
Yeah, we double your initial roll.
Yeah, which is the 6. So
you get 12.
6, and then plus 3, which is 15.
So you got 15 points of damage. Okay.
Big smash.
Yes, big smack. All right. And then we go to, is that it for your round?
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Gabba, you're up. And you are no longer restrained as well.
Yep. No, that's going to be too dangerous. Yeah, she's just going to scamper up towards the that one that's got the pup and just go to town on it.
Okay.
Just kind of charging in. Action bonus action.
You got it.
And just for the sake of it, she'll still do a frenzied rage. So she'll do this with advantage because she does not like having the pup taken from her. And if she hits the pup, I don't know what I'll do. First roll. That had a nat 1, but it's a 15.
Nice.
That's
a hit.
Maximum damage, 9 slashing.
Okay.
And follow up.
It's dropped.
Oh.
And it falls. It's gone. And that's it for it. Do you have anything left?
She'll kind of stay there. Well, I've already attacked with my action, so no. She'll stay with the pup and kind of just keep by it now at this point.
Okay. And we move on to Luca. You're up.
Luca turns to see what's going on because she saw that one took off and knew it had the pup. And she
Gabba
reaches
like
a hand.
She's got the pup.
Yep. She reaches out a hand and sends a glowing globule of light to the pup.
Okay.
As she uses one of her healing light ability to heal it for 5 points.
Excellent. And the pup looks fine, healthy.
Is that
okay.
pup?
And,
I go, and then I still have one guy in front of me and one in front of me.
Yep.
So then she's going to wail on that thing. Let's see what's the best way. Oh, I still had a. Wait a minute. I still had a witch bolt.
Oh, but that thing's dead. So that one you had it connected to is no. Oh no! Wait, is the invisible one the one with the witch bolt?
Yeah, she witch bolted this one already.
Oh, gotcha.
So I did not have the witch bolt for that one also.
Okay.
So the one that passed is the one that I witch bolted. So that means witch bolt is down, right?
Yeah.
That's what that means.
So I can't move it. It's not one of those movable things. Okay.
No.
So, I think that I'm just going to do another sacred flame
Okay.
on that one right in front. So can it make me a dex throw? Saving throw.
12.
No, that fails.
Ouch. Okay.
So 7 points of damage.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Alira, you're up.
I am going to attempt to hit the one I can see with my bow.
Okay. That's the one on Luca.
Ooh. Oh, my dice are nice. Not 20 again.
Right. And damage.
Okay, let me roll the d8. Uh, 18 damage. Is it still up?
No.
Uh-uh.
Okay. So you guys have a cleared path ahead of you.
Gabba, is the pup okay?
How bad does it look after the little healing orb?
It looks fine. Looks perfectly healthy. It's kind of whimpering a little bit, still looking at the shadows around it. I mean, you guys know that there were still 3 of them that got away. They're still out there somewhere, but everything seems fine and safe for right now.
Safe for now. Sorry, safe for now.
Chaos can get to the other side of the pup and just keep on guard just in case they come back.
Shall we keep going?
You guys keep going?
Yeah, what's the pup doing?
It's kind of whimpering a little bit. It's kind of nuzzled up to Gabba at this point where they're standing. But it's just whimpering a little bit.
Well, Gabba will carry it this time.
Okay, so Gabba, you pick it up and you're carrying it with you, and that's fine. You guys go for a while. Maybe about another. You're following the map. The map says that there is some kind of opening ahead, not very far away. And sure enough, after about another 30 minutes walking, the party enters a moonlit glade where whispers seem to drift on the wind. Soft, fleeting, yet sharp as glass. The wolf pup kind of goes stiff and freezes in where you're holding it. Its eyes seem to glow a little brighter. Shadows dance unnaturally across the trees, and faint, flickering shapes seem to flit just out of view. And the whispers grow louder, words slipping in and out of meaning. Protect. Beware. The path. Shadow. The glade seems alive, as if it holds its breath, waiting for something, an answer, a failure, a choice. What do you do?
Gabba steps up, reaches up in her hair, casts Goodberry, pulls out a berry and puts it down on the grass and backs away.
Okay. So you're basically making an offering type of deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else want to do something?
I think Alira, hearing the words, and she's like, "Oh, we're here to protect the pup. What path do we take?"
Okay, so you just speak to the
Yeah.
air.
She's just, yeah, because the voices, and she's trying to.
Okay.
She didn't know who
Meanwhile,
was telling
Kale's
me
still being
something.
top guard.
Yeah.
All right, Kale, you are. Sorry, you just said you're guarding.
Yep, guarding the pup.
Okay, so I'm going to bring you in here in a moment. There is the pup,
Mm-hmm.
and there is Kale. Oops. Gabba did just kind of laid the good berry off as an offering. Alira, you were just speaking to it.
Yep. Just kind of, if it's speaking to us, why not speak to it, right?
Okay. What are you doing, Luca?
Luca, you're muted.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
up closer to the pup. Just keeping guard and seeing if there's a way to proceed forward.
Oh
Okay,
you
so
step on.
you make this offering, Gabba. Alira, you're speaking to it. You're there to protect the pup. Again, the whispers flit in and out, and the shadows move about this glade. As I said, it seems alive.
Mhm.
Protect. Beware. The path is shadow.
And also with that one, she's gonna look around to see if there's anything on the path or anything like any shadows that are trying to come after them.
Okay, so you're going to be looking around.
Like on guard. She is on guard.
Yeah, but you
And
are
on
looking
weapon.
around. You're kind of searching the area. Okay,
Yeah.
Gabba, they didn't take to your offering. What are you doing?
Well, after hearing again, she'll just be like, "Okay," and then just start proceeding forward cautiously.
You're kind of looking at the map, and you're moving forward. You're not sure. I mean, it could be one of a couple paths. Not 100% certain. But so you're just you're looking, and you're a little bit confused, looking at the map, going back at it. Kale, are you just staying put with the pup?
Yeah, I am in protect pup mode.
Luca, same thing.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys stay around the pup. I need a perception check, Alira. You're the one looking around
Yep.
and investigating a little bit.
Hang on. My thing is being stupid. Where'd it go? Oh dear. Oh shoot. Okay. The dog stepped on the screen. Bear with me. And you said perception? Okay.
Yep.
Oh. And then 19 and 23.
Okay, with a 23, the whispers grow softer, aligning into a single faint, harmonious hum throughout the entire glade. The wolf pup relaxes slightly, its growl subsiding as its amber eyes focus on a faintly glowing trail that appears in the ground.
Oh.
Cutting through the darkness, the path forward now, Gabba, as you're looking, trying to decide which one of those three it could possibly be. It just seems much clearer, and this glowing path proceeds forward, and the shadows around it just seem to be receding, leaving only moonlight and a fragile silence in this glade.
There it is. Gabba found it. Come.
Good job, Gabba.
KO comes, but he's basically making sure to usher the pup with him.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, but as you're looking at this, make me a perception check as well, please.
Gabba?
Because you're taking the lead moving forward.
Oh. Hey, 23.
There's the path.
23.
Was it?
Nice.
23?
23.
Nice. You see this on the ground where the path is. At one spot, the glowing path seems to glimmer on something, and as the glowing moonlight on this that's showing up on the ground fades, there is a faintly glowing crystal left behind, a small shard.
She'll pick it up and look at it.
It's a glowing crystal shard.
Oh.
Yeah, she'll throw it over her shoulder and keep going.
All right, so you throw it into your pack and kind of, just for the record,
Over your shoulder?
Yeah,
Is your
over the
talking
shoulder
or your
behind her
hanging?
as she's like back on the trail. She's like, eh.
All right, so you
Luca
guys
would pick it up.
following up behind. Gabba just throws some things. So Luca, you pick it up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a glowing crystal.
Okay, she'll hang on to it.
Okay,
Get it identified later.
Yeah, for right now, just for playability purposes, you have +1 nature skill checks.
Nice.
Oh.
So as you go, you guys
Add
proceed
one
forward.
more.
Yeah, +1 on top of.
+1.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever else you have, it gives you an additional +1 as you're in possession of this thing.
Okay.
Pull this up.
I will say she's on the other side of the pup, so the pup is between her and Kale, and kind of doing pup watch with Kale as they're pressuring the pup forward.
Just looking for something in particular, and I can't seem to find the dang thing, and I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Okay. As you guys move forward, about another half an hour later, you see another opening that's on the map, and it's basically the end of where the map seems to go as far as it goes. You see that there are trails that are supposed to be continued on the map, but this is like the center point where it seems to be taking you. It opens into a serene clearing bathed in silvery moonlight. An enormous ancient tree stands just opposite where you come in. You guys are coming in, basically, Gabby, you're about here, and Luca, you're in behind. So far, that's the two that are there. So the big tree is over here, a big split in it. Its roots are twisted like ancient guardians. The wolf pup actually steps out and steps forward in front of Gabba. It's hesitant a little bit. Its glowing eyes are reflecting the moonlight. From the shadows, a towering spectral figure emerges. Over here. And we will take it, and we need to go. There we go. It's a guardian spirit, and you've seen these things before, Luca. They are definitely not always mean, not always, sometimes benevolent, sometimes malevolent. It depends on the situation. Definitely attached to nature. If this thing is corrupted, it could be a problem. But you've seen them in the ether bloom before. You've never had a direct interaction with them. But they are definitely a ether bloom force for certain. It is wreathed in faint light, swirling mist, and hollow eyes fix on the pup and then shift to you. Before words are exchanged, 3 hounds emerge. Into the clearing as well. They're snarling forms stalking forward, their glowing eyes locked on the pup. The low growls echo in the still air, and dark vapor drips from their fangs. The guardian spirit raises an ethereal hand. You bring this creature to my grove, but shadows follow you in your wake. Prove your purpose or face the consequence of failure. And he steps forward. And strangely enough, the pup takes another step. So I will kind of shift you guys so I can get all of you in. Kale, you're behind. And Illyra, you're there. So that is what it says. You bring this creature to my grove, but shadows follow in your wake. Prove your purpose.
So are the 3 hounds shadow creatures?
Oh yeah, these are our shadow hounds themselves.
Okay.
Well, are they the ones that followed us that he's talking about?
No, these are others. I think he might be referring to the ones that may still be behind you.
The
Yeah,
cat
I
ones.
mean, Gabba will like turn around. Gabba, they follow Gabba, and she'll kind of like jump to the other side of everyone just to kind of keep a lookout for what's coming.
Okay, so you're looking genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
Or trying. So make me either a deception or a persuasion.
Well, it's an 11.
Okay. Who's going next?
Luca would say we thought the Shadow Lynx is defeated as they ran away. We have not seen them following us.
Okay. And you're being truthful, of course. So you're using persuasion.
Yes.
So
Yes,
roll me a
yes.
persuasion check, please. And these shadow beasts, as you guys are talking, are still moving.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Kale?
Kale's actually going to move in between the pup and the big thing.
So,
And he's basically going to say to the thing, we are not going to allow you to hurt the pup if that's your intention.
so what's your movement?
30 feet.
15. 20.
Luca's uncertain of what's happening here. Can she cast Armor of Agnes? Just
Yep.
And I was actually about to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay, so you move and then cast. Or do you cast and then move?
Oh, sorry, not Mage Armor, Shield.
So you
Move
cast
and
shield
cast.
and then you move. So you cast first and then you move up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've done that.
Luca would move up towards the pup a little bit too. She would have moved up there just a bit.
Would that be an intimidation to try to intimidate the thing? Just making sure.
So is that what your intent is, to try to intimidate the big thing?
I was trying to just basically give it a warning, but I'm not sure if that would count as an intimidation or not.
Yep, that would be an intimidation.
Okay. Well, interesting. And with my thing, that is a 22.
Okay. Doesn't seem scared, but you've made your point. Alira, what are you doing?
I think she's first to look behind her to see if any of the shadow lynxes are there, and then she'll look back at the big thing, and also keep an eye on the shadow things coming at them. Do they look like they're going to attack us?
The one shadow wolf or the shadow hound looks like it's coming right towards you, and there's one on the other side looks like it's going towards Gaba, and there's one that's actually moved in towards Kale.
He will say one thing to the big creature and be like, "How do we prove that we're here to protect the pup?" It does have her hand on her weapon, kind of like side eyeing the shadow thing. It if it attacks her, but is also trying to engage. Like, how do we show we're here to help and we thought we had fixed the problem?
Okay. So you've made that statement, and make me a persuasion.
Not 20.
Okay.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good.
So the hound is there. It doesn't move. Okay. So Gabba, what are you doing?
Well, she kind of now turns her attention to this hound here. And it's just staying there, or is it approaching still?
It's moving. It's like slowly, like it's got that, that typical hunting step at a time as it's moving towards you.
She'll kind of, try to look a little bigger, like, like don't threaten me, kind of. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So are you doing anything in response to what this guardian creature has said?
She's assuming he means protect the pup, but she doesn't know much beyond that, so she has no idea what's going on either.
All right. So at this point, because you did do a persuasion, Alira, on yours. We also had a persuasion from Luca, successful, and an intimidation on Kale. This wolfhound will attack Gabba. Oops.
Poor Gabba's getting bit a lot.
Yep.
She's used to it.
For Gabba.
And it is a 19 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
That is 9 points of piercing damage.
Reduced to still 9 because she's not raging.
Okay. And I need a strength saving throw, please.
And that is a normal roll because... Yay! 8.
Okay, 8. So that's a failure. You are knocked prone.
Oh, dear.
I don't know if there's a prone one in here. I thought there was, but I might be wrong.
Just rotate the portrait sideways.
Yeah, I think I can do that. Yeah, I can. There you go. So yeah, you're on your side. There you go. That works. So you're knocked prone, and it's basically kind of above you in snarling. You're not pinned or anything, but you're snarling. The one on you, Alira, has not moved closer to you. It hasn't moved closer to Luca either. The one that is on Kale looks like it's going to attack, but the spirit, as Kale has intimidated it, the spirit guardian puts up this massive hand that looks across between a tree and a wolf paw, and the thing stops in its path. Your persuasion, however, Alira, with having its words, it says again, prove your purpose or face the consequences of failure. And again, Kale, you're right up front. What are you doing?
Okay, if you could say that again, then my answer is going to be to bop the shadow wolf with my last charge of the arcane strike.
Okay.
Out of nat 20.
Nice. You guys are rolling lucky tonight.
Jesus.
We need to go buy lottery tickets.
Yeah.
So the double goes onto my weapon damage, if I'm right.
Yep, your first roll.
And that would be 2 plus 5, so 7.
7 points.
And he just turned to the guardian and said, I am warning you.
Okay. This is really, you're putting a lot on your party members here. Luca, you're seeing this going on. This other shadow wolf over beside you has kind of stopped moving at this point. The one had kind of been stopped by the giant shadow that's on Kale. Kale is basically now threatening him, and one of them has attacked Gaba. So what are you doing?
I think I would move one step up closer to the pup.
Yeah, you're pretty much right beside it. You want to go here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would look at the pup and see if I can get any idea from it what we're doing here. What's the next
It
step?
looks very uneasy at this point, and it's looking between that shadow hound and the guardian figure, and it seems to be trying to move past Kale towards the guardian.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that has been said is those words spoken by the guardian.
Purpose. What's their purpose?
Can I pick the pup up and walk up to the guardian with it?
You can. So you reach down, you grab the pup.
We were told to bring this pup here, that he needed to be here.
Make me a persuasion roll, please.
You know, Kale's probably looking at Luca like, are you...
Sorry?
No, you first.
Dirty 20.
Nice. All right. You have walked up with the pup very calmly and just said, you're supposed to bring this here. So what happens is these things fade into the shadows, like dissolve. These shadow hounds, they go back to wherever it was they came from.
Oh.
And as the last shadow hound dissolves into mist, the guardian spirit lowers its hand and the moonlight grows softer in the entire glade. You have proven yourself worthy. This pup carries a primal spirit, a force tied to the balance of this forest. Its fate must now be decided. The guardian spirit's voice resonates like distant bells. Will you leave the pup here to grow under my guidance and serve as a guardian of the woods, or will you take responsibility for guiding its destiny yourselves?
We were told to bring the pup here. I think it'd be best to leave it under your guidance.
Wait, how do we know that's not bad shadow person?
Luca would say this is a guardian spirit. We were told to bring it to the grove. Make him an insight.
Yeah,
just Gaba or?
Yeah, just Gaba.
It's a dirty 20.
Seems like he's being genuine, not hostile at this point.
Well, she's still lying on her back and just throws a thumbs up to kind of agree with the plan.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just lying here.
Alaris takes one step to the right, gently pulls Gaba up, and goes, what happens if we take the pup with us? How do we fix its fate?
You would be responsible for all parts of its destiny. Failure could be the loss of Mistwood. Failure could be the loss of Foreverland itself.
What's its destiny? If I may ask.
To find out. Big responsibility, your choice.
Lucas says, I definitely think that this is what the Father Alden and Priestess Elizabeth intended for us to do, was to leave him here with the guardian.
You're definitely getting this weighted feeling from his words. Like there's a real sincerity, but a heaviness to what he's saying. Kale, what are you doing?
Kale is just looking for one, a little perplexed at the situation, and then he just approaches the well, he's already right in front of it. Never mind. He looks up at the Guardian and just goes, "So, what do you recommend we do?"
This thing that is basically towering over you by about 3 feet, Kale, which is, I mean, it's large. And it's, even though it's very tree-like and it seems to come from the roots of the trees themselves, the top portion of it and its hands are very paw-like, and it's as he bends down and its head gets closer to you, it's like the head of a large wolf looking you directly in the eyes. The choice is yours, giant folk.
So when you say we would be
Responsible.
responsible,
Well,
is it
Luke
the
holds
four
the
of
pup
us?
up and looks. Sorry.
Would it be the 4 of us or everyone in Mistwood?
You're getting, well, actually, you can roll me an insight check.
Sorry, I was just curious.
That's all right.
He's taking this serious, by the way. That's why he's asking a question. And he said insight? Okay, hang on.
Yep.
Ah, my stupid thing. Oh, it's working. Shoot. Right, my mouse is being dumb. Hang on. Perception. No, insight. My computer. Dumb. Right. Oh, that would be a 19.
19. His words really weigh heavy on you. He's being extremely sincere that if you and this group, it's not a solo endeavor, it would have to be the group, you would be literally responsible for finding out at some point and guiding this pup towards its destiny, which could literally affect the balance of all the lands.
I'm not up for that. Commitment, responsibility.
Yeah, you've got this knot in your throat, Luca, because again, you know about these things. These are definite ether bloom spirit guardians. This is what they do. They guard situations like this, the destiny, because this thing is linked
Yes.
to something here. It's so you know it's sincere. It would let you walk away with the pup, but then you would literally be responsible.
Luca would urge that I think the best thing for the pup is to leave them in this guardian's care. We're not strong enough. We're not knowledgeable enough to be its mentors. Right.
Definitely a big choice.
Kale turns to Gabba and goes, "What do you suggest?"
Well, what does Pup want? Pup want to stay or Pup want to come back?
The pup at this point, now that you look down and you're looking over at it, it's in between Luca and the Guardian, and it's curled up, just kind of lying between the roots of the base of the Guardian himself, but also looking up at Luca with soft eyes, and just kind of watching what's going on. It doesn't seem, other than the fact that it's laying where it is, doesn't seem to really have an opinion.
Gabba think whoever wanted to take care of Pup just has responsibility. We'll all help, but choice is yours. That's all.
This is a big, heavy decision. If we take
like this needs to stay here in this grove and be here in the forest and grow and get stronger. I don't want to stay here in the forest with it and stronger. I want to go back to my home in Mistwood, and I want to go out and see more of the world.
Kale decides to turn to the Guardian and goes, "Is that what you're suggesting when we take care of this thing? That we will be here that we have to be here for the pup? Or would the pup come to us in
It
Mistwood?"
looks down at you again and looks over all of you. If you take the pup, you will be bound to the Mistwood Forest and to this grove until its destiny is fulfilled. You will not
That's
be
what
able to
Lucas
leave
says.
the area. You will have to stay within the region and have this grove accessible to the pup at any time.
That makes things a little more complicated.
Right.
He turns to Gabba and goes, "I think it's probably better to follow with what Lucas says then."
I agree.
How far-ish, and I'm guessing way far, is this grove from where Gabba usually stays for the night?
Oh, you're way north.
So it's
You're
not
at
like a quick trip over.
Gabba's
Okay.
closer to Fenwin's cottage than you already hear. This is like north of the north end of Mistwood.
Okay.
Lucas
How do you know
bends
those shadow things
down
are
and gives the pup a pet. And looks in his eyes and says, "You'll learn here. You'll grow. You'll protect us all." Stands back up and backs away.
Okay, so you leave the pup where it is and back away.
Mm-hmm.
Kale's then going to approach the pup and just give it a little pet and goes, "You get big and strong. You understand?"
Okay, you walk away.
Yep.
Elira, you were saying something?
How do we know those shadow lynxes aren't going to come after it again?
It looks over and says, "If you leave it here, it is under my protection and my guidance."
See those big paws.
This thing looks pretty massive.
Basically, it's saying that it will basically deal with the issues.
Yes.
Gabba doesn't really say anything for reasons.
Yep.
Well, I agree with Luca. Perhaps it's the best option.
Okay. So pretty much the group, you guys have decided that it is to stay here with the Guardian. At that, it gets up and comes over here, and it kind of shakes, and you hear kind of a jingle a little bit, almost like there's a collar there that wasn't before, and a chain and a pendant fall to the ground, and it walks back and curls up on the other side of the Guardian. With that, they both start to fade into the shadows, leaving behind this pendant that you see on the ground.
Where did the pendant come from?
Around its neck.
Which neck?
It wasn't there before.
Kale picks it up and he just starts inspecting it. He's actually, I got another scroll of identify, so I'm going to cast identify on it.
Okay. It's a moonlit leaf pendant. It grants the wearer advantage on nature and handling checks for a 24-hour period every 2 days.
Nice.
Okay. At this point, Kale is going to look at everyone and goes, "Who is the best with nature here?"
Let me look. Oh, I am a painter. I have a +3. Who?
I think
Let me get better.
was someone else hedging towards another class, I believe.
Gabba points just to show off her knowledge of nature. She'll point to nearby plant and go, "Plant."
Very good, Gabba.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
nature.
Kale just throws the pendant at Alira.
And she catches it. Luca, did you?
I think I have a pendant or two already. I think I'm
Right.
good. Besides, I found this nice little crystal.
Oh, true. So like puts it on.
Okay, so you're now wearing the pendant, and Luca, you've got the crystal, and that pretty much. Let me just look at that. I'm just looking at that. So the glowing crystal is a +1 nature skill bonus for 1 hour upon activation per long rest. So it lasts for 1 hour.
Okay, what is the moon in it that I have? I'm writing it down.
Yeah, it grants advantage on nature and animal handling checks for a 24-hour period. It can only be used once every 2 days.
Before we leave, Kale's gonna just turn. Obviously, they're not visible right now. He just says out to the forest, "I will come back and visit. I'll make sure that you're doing a good job taking care of the pup."
So you do that. Luca, make me an Arcana check. When he says he's going to come back, something you get a tingle.
15.
It was a 15. You're probably within about a half mile of one of the Ether Bloom gates. Which one you're not sure.
Okay.
And you generally know that especially right now with everything that's been going on, the Ether Bloom gates is not something you want to be close to for very long. Because whatever's corrupting things around here, it's coming from there. It's coming from them.
Mm-hmm.
So she'd say, I think it's best we go back now. We move on.
Okay. So you guys head back to head back to Mistwood. Let me in here. And with that, we will wrap up the adventure. You guys do get 300 experience points each for completing the challenges. Could have been a little longer. You guys did manage to miss one of the encounters that were there. And Kale, you came very, very close. If you would have failed that intimidation check, that spirit guardian was going to rain hell on you guys with the house. So not when it says prove your intentions or whatever, going up and threatening it is usually not a good way to start.
Not a good thing.
Oh.
Just for point of reference.
The idea was basically, okay, if our goal was to protect the pup, then obviously I was going to try to make my intention known that I was going to protect the pup. Kind of thing.
Sometimes when especially when I'm gaming, and I've noticed this a lot with the groups that are going out, sometimes it's okay to check the obvious, check your skill checks, check the natures, check the perception, check your investigations. I'm not a DM that's going to hide stuff in there that you have to sit there and think for 2 hours to figure out a solution to a puzzle, because that doesn't make sense to me, because you're not your characters. So I use your character's abilities, and when I put stuff in there, it will be based on that. So there'll be something when we run these sessions, and that'll be the same for anybody out there watching. If you want to join us, by the way, the information is scrolling across the screen there. Download Discord, and then the Discord servers there. There'll also be a link in the description on YouTube and on Twitch. So it's there to join us. So if you join us, right now we're dealing with level 3, level 4 characters. There are pre-gens available for everybody. So you can be part of these weekly streams that usually will take place on Saturday. They may happen at another day of the week as well, depending on what's going on. And then, of course, we got our live role play on the Discord, which is text-based, where you can text chat back and forth with each other and role play. So when I do a session or I do a description, and I tend to be long-winded. I pre-prep my descriptions because, again, I'm leaving clues in everything that I do and everything I say. Same thing when I'm doing on the Discord. I'll post like a daily scene in a certain place, and that scene it's there to be interacted with. So generally go through your abilities, go through your skills, and see if there's anything that might apply that you could use or take advantage of. Sometimes it might be intimidation or persuasion or deception or sleight of hand, or who knows. Sometimes you just be a little creative, but it's there. So just so you guys know, I will never put anything in there that's not meant to be solved fairly easily. And it's meant to be solved by your characters, not necessarily by you. So that's the important thing to remember. So I had fun with you guys. I thought that was it was short and sweet, and an end to the pup situation, the wolf pup. So I don't know how you guys felt about the little trip.
That was fun. I was very tempted for a moment.
Oh, to keep the pup?
Yeah, so was I.
Yeah.
Well,
I noticed. I was trying to use Luca for that to kind of go, yeah, Luca, you got this bad feeling about this because it's a serious thing. You could have seriously in play. You could have kept the wolf pup and taken it back to town, but then at that point, each and every one of your characters would be linked to this region indefinitely. So.
But I was like, no, this way.
Which would have been okay too, but I mean, you'd have to play it.
Yeah. Besides, everybody was uneasy with the wolf pup there and his glowing eyes. They wanted us to take him to this grove.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was uneasy. It's because you're dealing with Mistwood in the Middlelands in general. You guys are being player characters. You are the exception to the rule. You are the above average individuals out of the group. Most people in the region are, and this is something that Kale and I have already talked about a few times. They are human folk, they are elf folk, and they are little folk. They are very
primal.
Yeah, I guess primitive in some of their thinking ways. They're starting to become a little bit more tolerant of certain tribal folk, certain beast folk. Gaba took the longest, and any other goblins still really get, because again, that's a tribal folk they're really leery of. There's the other Silas, the other new character that's in play, who's an orc, again, very mistrusted in the community. Kale is mistrusted in the community in general because, again, he's from he's a giant folk. They're not.
Oh yes, and now we have war brewing, perhaps with refugees coming in.
Lovely.
Yeah, there's that was a little bit overblown, I think, but yeah, there are the war that's going on in Alsathia has actually been going on for hundreds of years. Because Alsathia is a very primitive, or I shouldn't say primitive, barbaric region or barbaric area. And again, it's their tribal folk, they're giant folk, they're dragon folk, and they're generally more hostile. So they do make invasions and incursions into the Middlelands because of its lush growing lands and its fields. Alsathia has a lot of rocky mountains and desert areas and such. So, not as much resources there for them. So again, that's why they will hit the Middlelands. Of course, the other side of the Middlelands is the Taisha Hero Kingdom Empire, which again that's a lot of beast folk, a lot of elf folk, in that particular region. So, and then you have areas north, which, Bronton Burrows and such, which are the earth sprites and the gnomes from other world gnomes and so on. So there are lots of regions in the area, but this region, the Middlelands, I'd like to use the term white bread because it's pretty much what they are. In essence, they would be classified as sort of racist or definitely discriminatory. But it's kind of hard to be racist when you guys aren't different races, you're different species entirely. So it's,
in this case, it would be speciesist.
Yeah, it's like cats and dogs not getting along type of deal. Sometimes to be expected, but not always the case, right? It happens. But that's where, again, the Emerald Legion, and for those of you watching as well, Emerald Legion is another stream we do on Thursday nights. It's a regular campaign with a group of 6 individuals who are all misfits. We've got sea folk and we've got beast folk, all kinds of, actually a couple sea folk. We've even got an insectoid species as well, the Zephyrith, with the group as well. So their job as the Emerald Legion is actually to fight for the underdogs and protect the balance. So they're kind of restoring or creating a comfort level and a balance for the other species to come into the Middlelands right now. So they're working on that. So you'll see that as the game progresses, that it's working to, at least this region is working in that manner towards that end and that goal. Go to Alsafia, it's all about purity of their species. You're not one of them. Get out, or they're going to eat you for breakfast. Type of deal. So they don't like you. That's the way it is. So that's the way our play is going. I don't know what our next one shot's going to be, but keep an open mind for it, or keep an eye out for it. You guys are all welcome to play again. We do like to mix it up though. So if other players are out there and they want to play and jump in, grab a pre-gen or roll yourself up a character of, if you're going to roll it up yourself, do 4th level, or grab a pre-gen that's already at 3rd level or 4th level, and go from there. I know there's some pretty interesting pre-gens that are sitting in there right now. There's another new witch coming up, because one witch has been taken already by somebody. So there'll be a new witch, and there is also a scion, which is a psionicist character.
That looks really interesting.
Yeah, that one's a soul weaver. Soul weaver scion. So kind of an interesting, powerful folk and class as well. So see how that plays out. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And guys, thanks for playing. Really had fun. And we will.
It was fun. Thank you.
Thanks for inviting me.
We have some new people coming in, as you've seen. Let's see if we can get them talking and involved and getting characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
I found that, by the way, if you're trying to recruit and bring people in, what I've done is I'm focused on threads. So someone who makes a comment about role playing, I will ask out directly, have you ever played on Discord or thought about playing on Discord? If they answer yes, I say, well, would you be interested in a Discord server that focuses on one specific, all original, community developed and created campaign setting of its own, where you can play 24/7 text-based, you can play solo, you can play in groups, you can play under a DM, you can do one shot and so on, but it's all together as one. And then if they say yes, then here's an invite, come check it out. And that's where all these people have come in from. So I've one at a time, I'm doing it, rather than these mass advertising things that for some reason people just keep liking the post, but no one bothers joining. Right? So that's how we're doing things. And if you guys want to do the same, it's appreciated, and we'll just keep people coming in, because the more the merrier. We'll have a lot more fun if we can get 5 or 6 more people in here talking and doing something and grow there. So anyway, guys, we'll see you on the Discord, and have a good night, and we will see you a little bit later. Ciao, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.